Hello there, friends and followers, and welcome to this live stream. This is Q8Pilot, your host for tonight's show, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are flying the classic Boeing 747-200 by Felis. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, a study-level aircraft. It has been recently released. I had the pleasure of testing this aircraft while it was in beta, and it is finally released, and it is, in my view, one of the very best aircraft made for X-Plane 11. It is, if not at par with the I&I builds, it's pretty close, in my view. The 3D modeling, the texturing, the sounds, and the fidelity of this aircraft really ranks, puts it in a very high rank amongst the top add-ons for X-Plane 11. Definitely, the aircraft has been built with a lot of care in terms of the modeling, but also the depth of system simulation to create an authentic experience that is real to its real-world counterpart. So this aircraft resembles the 747 Classic, and it has been built by a very capable and dexterous developer, which is Felis himself, based on a lot of detailed aircraft documentation and the feedback from a real 747-200 flight engineer. So what you see today here is really a replica of the 747. It is priced at $70, available today at the X-Plane Org store. But I will tell you right off the bat, this aircraft receives the highest commendations from the Q8Pilot channel and the Q8Pilot seal of approval. The aircraft's been built with definitely a lot of finesse, a lot of thought behind it, lots of details. Now, of course, the details for a classic aircraft like this is something I personally have a lot of appreciation for, and I totally love classic aircraft. So those are my favorite, and this aircraft makes it to the very top of my list. I want to welcome all of you to the stream tonight. We are going to be flying from Madrid to Toulouse in France. There are a few things here that I will point out throughout our flight. One, today is actually my birthday. The September 25th is my birthday, and yes, Emma, welcome to the stream. Dougal, welcome, my friend, and welcome, Kai, hello there, and welcome to everyone. Johnson, welcome, my friend. So today is my birthday. I'm celebrating today my 47th birthday, and also today marks, thank you very much, Emma, very kind of you. Captain Toby, thank you very much, my friend, appreciate it. Avgeek, thank you very much, my friend. Sven, thank you very much, my friend. Wa alaikum salam, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We're a friend from Germany. Oh, it's your birthday too. Oh, let's make two of us. Very good. Javier, welcome and thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate it. Thank you all for your birthday wishes. Really appreciate it. So today, what I've decided Dougal, thank you very much, my friend. So today, what I decided to do in this live stream is that life has been very kind to me, and it's given me a lot of precious things to enjoy in life. And so on my birthday today, I decided to give back something to all of you guys who've supported me over the past 6 years now of content creation on YouTube. I've started in 2015 creating content on YouTube, and it's been a wonderful journey throughout, including the time when I stopped making content on YouTube. And so today I want to say thank you to everyone who has given me something to enjoy. For all the support, I'm giving away 2 copies of this beautiful machine for you guys. One of which, so one copy of the Felis 747 will be provided through the usual giveaway that we do through, you know, the raffle system that comes with Streamlab OBS. And the second is going to be through a trivia question that I'm going to ask while we are cruising. And the first person who gets the correct answer will win a copy of the Felis Boeing 747, the highest fidelity Boeing 747, in my view, created for a flight sim platform. Now, this does not, of course, compare with the PMDG 747 because it is a much newer one, especially the 800 version. But if I were to compare this with the 400, then I would definitely go for this aircraft. The fidelity in this aircraft is just unbelievable. And everything is very well thought of, very well programmed, and very finished, for the lack of a better term. So, another thing that we are going to be doing today is you can see on the screen that we have volumetric clouds. And volumetric clouds is something that I've always adored in XEnviro. XEnviro was the very first volumetric or attempt at volumetric clouds for X-Plane. It's a complete environment engine. It is fabulous in my view, but it's just really, it degrades system performance beyond the level of being able to use it. So today we have an alternative, and this alternative actually was given to me courtesy of my partners at Threshold to showcase here on the channel. So here it is, and we're going to take a quick look at the clouds. Here you can see that the shadows of the clouds are not very well reflected on the ground, so you don't see that many shadows, which kind of make things a little, not too great. But in terms of the clouds, you can also go, the cloud smoothing looks good. I have a few things that I will say about this as we go, but you can see the bottom of the clouds look as if it's shaved or somehow. They look kind of flat, but overall, this add-on will cost you $15, and if you want the link to it, simply type !clouds in the chat, and you will get the link to it. I believe it's called Enhanced Skyscapes, and as you can see here, it looks kind of like XEnviro and a little bit like Microsoft Flight Simulator in terms of the depiction of the clouds. And of course, it comes as no surprise because it uses the same technology or the same method of creating clouds from noise. So it gives it this really realistic look. All in all, for $15, if you don't have Xvision or anything else and you like volumetric clouds, then yeah, I would definitely recommend that you take a look at it. There is a free version available of this by the same developer. I believe it's still available. I made a video of it some time ago, but you've got it there, and we're going to take a closer look as we depart Madrid and head over to Toulouse. That brings me to the actual airport. This is a beautiful airport by SimWings, and this is not to be confused by the community support SimWings, but by the developer SimWings. And Emma, who's on the stream with us, can tell you a little more about this, but my God, this is a very detailed depiction of the airport, a beautiful rendition, really, of everything that you see in the real airport, including the actual terminal. So if you go inside the airport, you'll see all the passengers waiting here to board the aircraft. Really very nice airport, very detailed. As you go here, you see all the signage there, and you see the people waiting. You see all the clutter around the apron area and ground vehicles, all the taxi signs and marking. Makes for a very beautiful rendition of Madrid in Spain. And this is the Felis 747 Classic, the aircraft we are going to be flying today. Just look at those engines, just really a beautiful modeling of the aircraft, and very detailed. The sounds, the texturing, the system simulation, everything is done with just a lot lot of care and a lot of finesse, and I just absolutely adore this 747 Classic. Beautiful aircraft all around, very well made by Felis. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into the cockpit, and you will see that the cockpit is actually done pretty well as well. Look at that. Beautiful texture work. See there, the thrust levers look fantastic, and everything really looks definitely, Emma, yeah, you're most welcome. And yes, the 747 is the star of the show. I mean, just look at the panel work here, all the details. It gives you that classical old look. You can see the rust on the panels. See the overhead panel here. The panel work on this aircraft is just wow. Just really phenomenal work. Just look at that here. And the same thing is here on the engineer station. And just look at that, how complex this aircraft is. And by the way, all these knobs and switches actually work and do something. So let's go ahead and get started, because it's going to take us some time to set up this aircraft. So the first thing we want to do is really to do the payload information. Just look at that. Look at the flight yoke. Just wow. Really, this aircraft is, it's got the wow factor. All the sounds, and you'll hear the sounds in just a minute. But yeah, it is one aircraft I highly recommend. And if you really want to fly and learn the 747 Classic, and you want to go back to the era where, you know, pilots had to do a lot to actually get the aircraft ready for flying and then fly the aircraft, this aircraft is definitely for you. Another shout out that I'd like to make in this live stream is to the guy behind Reflected Reality YouTube channel. Just look for Reflected Reality. This guy makes amazing content. He's a real world pilot, and he's already got a few tutorials on this aircraft. So if you want to learn it from a pro, I highly recommend Reflected Reality. I don't know why the channel doesn't have as much subs and views, but he definitely deserves a lot more. So please, guys, do pay Reflected Reality a visit and give the guy a few hundred likes and subscribes, because he really puts in some great content, and I personally learn a lot from him. So yeah, please do visit his channel and do take a look at the content. Right, so back to our flight. Benny, hello, my friend, and welcome. El Dorado, hello, my friend, and welcome. Good luck to you on the stream. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the, let's see here. Let me do that and bring our flight plan here. So the first thing we want to do today is we want to put our fuel information. So we are going to go to refuel. And fuel on board, we're not going to need that much fuel. It's a short flight into Toulouse. But if we look at our fuel information here, so we've got 312 passengers, cargo 1.9 tons of fuel, payload 34.5, zero fuel 209.8. So if we look at the fuel, we need 24.8. So we need to remove about 60 kilograms. So we're going to drain the 60 here. So let's do that. All right. And instant refuel, we've got 24. We need just a little more. So we're going to give it 500. Let's give it one more ton. And we are at 25. That's, I think, close enough. Perfect. All right. So we're going to go back here and go to the payload information now. And people to board, we've got 312 passengers. So we're going to go ahead and add 312 passengers to the aircraft. Takes a little bit of scrolls there to get to 312. All right, 312. And cargo to load, we've got about about 2 tons. So we are going to say instant board and load. Right, so we've got that. Zero fuel is 210. We've got 209.8, so this is actually pretty close. We can reduce maybe the cargo a bit, but I think that's fine. Everything looks good for me here, so we are good there. All right, let's go to ground, set the chocks, connect the GPU. All right, there we go. And now we have the chocks and the GPU connected to the aircraft. Perfect. The next thing we can do, folks, is we are going to head over here to the engineer station. And the first thing we are going to do is turn on the battery and standby power to normal. All right. And we can check external power. We check our hertz and volts, and for both external power 1 and 2, all checks good. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the external power, and you can see now the panel is all powered up. Galley power, we're going to turn those on, and we're going to put the galley control mode on normal override. Galley we can put on auto. Galley chillers are all turned on. Bus switches can stay as they are. Trim air, yeah, we'll go ahead and open that. Humidifier is turned on, and we can do the tests here. All those tests, the squib tests are okay. And we're going to check the fire test A and both. All right. Equipment cooling test is checked. And we're going to check the blower selector test as well, which looks good. After cargo heat test checks okay. And we're going to test the wing overheat as well, and all checks good. All right. So if we go to let's see here. If we go to the performance calculation and we get the takeoff weight of 272,156, I'm going to set that here. 272.8, that's close enough. And we're going to check the fuel jettison, make sure everything is turned off here. All right, all set there. And we are today going to be flying final cruise altitude of 28,000 feet. So we're going to set the cabin pressure at 29,000. All right. And the barrel reference is something we can get from our SimBrief plan. Altimeter is 1019. That's about right there. And everything is looking cool here. So we can now head over to the overhead panel. And we're going to turn on the essential radio and radio number 2 master bus. We're going to check the stall warning test, max speed over test, over rotation test, and all checks good. Ground test is fine. And everything here. Probe heat we can leave now. We're going to turn on the window heat. That's turned on. And nav lights and logo lights are now turned on. And let's see. Let's set the alignment here. Align, align, and align. And we'll wait for the green lights. Let's go ahead and arm the emergency lights.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. On behalf of the entire crew, welcome aboard the Boeing 747 Classic. We will depart shortly after we have our clearance and the cabin crew is finished with their preparations. For now, I wish you a pleasant flight, and I will be back during the flight with further flight information.
All right, here's the captain announcement, and we are now ready to set up the FMC. Stan, hello there, my friend. Welcome. Yummy. Those sounds, though, yeah, the sounds are absolutely great. Stuart, hello, my friend, and welcome. Good luck to you on the giveaway. And as I've indicated in the beginning, folks, the giveaway is I have 2 copies to give away today. One of which is going to be through the raffle system of Streamlabs OBS, the streaming software I use, and the other is going to be through a trivia question that I'm going to ask here on the channel. And those of you who are followers of the channel or have been followers of the channel for some time should be able to answer the question quite easily. And I will tell you that the trivia dates back to 2015. So the question is related to something I've done in 2015. So we're good there. Let's go ahead and look at the, let's cancel the master warning lights left and right. And Mark, hello there, my friend. Just Flight BA 146 and Felis 747. Which one do you recommend more? Oh, that's a really tough question because those two are completely different aircraft, so it depends on what you like. But I would get them both if you had the money. I would definitely get both of them. They're both great aircraft. So yeah, let's put this at 28,000 feet. Right, 28,000 is set, and before we fiddle around with the MC or FMC, we are going to come here and make sure that the weather system is on standby, the transponder is on standby, and we're going to select EPR for the auto throttle mode, and we're going to make sure that the EPR mode is on go around. That is set. Perfect. Now we can go to the FMC, and we're going to go to the route menu, company routes, and I've created the company route, so we are going to select it, which is this one here, Lima Echo Mike Delta to Lima Foxtrot Bravo Oscar, and we're going to select that, and then we're going to go to departures. We are departing today runway 32 left. Let's just double check that. If we go up here to our flight plan, we'll take a look at the flight route in just a moment. There we go. 36 left, beg your pardon, is the departure runway. 36 left, and we're doing so through the Penar 3 November. That's the one there, and execute. And we're going to go to the arrival. We are arriving today through the top 2 6 Tango. That's the one. And we are performing an ILS approach, runway 32 left at Toulouse. Select that, and do we have a transition? I don't think we do, but let's check here real quick. Doesn't look like there is a transition, so we are just going to say execute, and then we go to the Lex page. Make sure there are no, looks like there is a discontinuity. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to delete this one, and then we can select this one to clear the disco, execute that, and then there's another disco here, so we'll select that and execute. All right, so all looks good now, and yeah, we don't need anything here from the FMC. All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and turn on the APU. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to start the APU. And yeah, APU door is open and start. And now the APU should start. As you can see now, the RPM is rising, AGT is rising, and we should be able to start the bleeds momentarily. Most of the -200, -100 were retrofitted with FMC. That is correct, yes. Yeah, it is definitely an optional switch between the INUS and FMC. I will do the FMC because the INUS is going to take a lot of time. And yeah, I don't really have that much time to spare tonight. But I wanted to make sure that I do the stream for you guys and on my birthday and have fun with you all. All right, so, oh, what did I do? Okay, open bleed. Let's see. There we go. All right, so APU is now powering up the aircraft. Let's go ahead and push some cold air to the back. Recirc fans are turned on. Oh God, I love the sounds on this aircraft. All right, all looks good here, all looks good there. We are actually now ready to turn on the beacon and push back out of our position. Supplemental fan, yeah, why not? Let's turn, the more the merrier. All right. Okay, so we are looking good, folks. What we can do is the before start checklist. But before we do so, let's just do a quick check here. Looks like we have the alignment here, so we can go to nav, nav, and nav. So all set there. All the tests here. All right, so there are a few tests here that we can do. This is the instrument warning test. And let's see, do I have anything here? No, everything there is good. We're going to put this on INS, and we'll leave this on radio for the time being. And everything else looks good to me. Flight directors are off. All is good here. All right, let's go ahead and bring up the checklist. We'll go back here, and we are going to go to the checklist and before start for the pilot, and start.
Before start checklist, please.
Gear lever and lights.
Down and check.
Brakes.
Parked.
Start levers.
Off.
Radios.
On and check.
Flight control hydraulic power.
On.
INS.
Check and nav.
Compasses.
Slaved.
Window heat.
On.
Seatbelts and no smoking.
On.
Emergency lights.
Armed.
Exterior lights.
Damn.
We need a
Check.
beacon.
Flight instruments.
Check.
Altimeters and clocks.
1013. Set and cross check.
Radio INS switches.
Radio.
Radar and transponder.
Standby.
Indicator lights.
Check.
Engine and wing anti-ice.
Off.
Stall warning.
Check.
Mach airspeed warning.
Check.
Auto brakes.
Check and off.
Body gear steering.
Arm.
Anti-skid.
On.
Autopilot and flight director.
Check and off.
Takeoff warning.
Check.
Auto flight enunciators.
Check.
GPWS.
All right, so it looks like we forgot, let's check here. Altitude alert test.
Check.
Pull up.
Instrument warning.
Check.
Flight director computer selectors.
Check.
Instrument source selectors.
Normal.
Reserve brake valve.
Closed.
Spoilers.
Down.
Static selectors.
Normal.
Oxygen mask and regulator.
Check and emergency off.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Stabilizer trim.
Check and on.
Rudder and aileron trim.
Check.
Checklist completed.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we have the before start checklist for the pilot completed. The next one is the one for the first officer. So before we do that, I believe we have to bring this guy here. Actually, let's close it. Okay, all right. And yeah, the next thing we can do now is, before actually we do this, let's go to performance calculation. Now we've got our V1, V2, V3. We're going to set the speeds. The speed bugs are all set. And now we have also the flaps 1, 5, and the speed bugs are all set for the different flaps. Stab trim is 4.5 units. We will set once the aircraft is powered up and we have our hydraulics. So let's go ahead into the checklist and start.
Battery on. APU panel. Check. Auxiliary power. Check. Engine oil quantity. Check. Fuel quantity. 2,5,1,5,4 kilograms. Fuel panel. Weight.
Oh, we forgot the, all right, we forgot the fuel.
Check and set. Pressurization controls. Check and set. Bleed controls. Check and set. Hydraulic quantity. Check. EPR computer. Go around. Circuit breakers. Check. Indicator lights. Check. Electrical panel. Check and set. Air conditioning controls. Wait.
I know why that is.
Check and set. Fire control and wing overheat panels. Check and set. Equipment cooling. Check. Passenger oxygen. Check. Hydraulic panel. Check and set. Fuel jettison panel. Check. Crew oxygen.
Omari, hello there, my friend.
Oxygen
Welcome.
mask and regulator. Check and emergency off. ADPs off. Checklist completed.
Perfect. So the before start checklist is complete, ladies and gentlemen. I think we've got it pretty much. We've got everything right there. A few glitches here and there, but overall, I think we've done very well. We are now ready to call the pushback truck. So let's go to better pushback and start
Ground to
push.
Cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
All right, this is where we want to go. I think we'll put the aircraft right here.
Ground to Cockpit. Tau is driving up.
Perfecto. All right. All right, in the meantime, what we can do is, that's my son's iPad.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Okay, that's sorted. That chime was my son's iPad. I think he's got set some sort of an alarm, and he's left his iPad with me in the office. So that's that. Sorry about that. Benny, how are you? Omari, glad to see you here.
Tau connected and bypass being inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, folks, we are ready to go, and we're ready for engine start. So let's go ahead and release the parking
Cockpit to
brake.
ground. Disconnect ground power. Parking brake released.
Ground power disconnected.
Cockpit to ground. Remove the chocks.
Starting pushback,
Chocks
and you may
removed.
start engines.
There we go. There comes the pushback. And we have clearance to start the engines. Just look at this beauty of an aircraft. Truly the queen of the skies, ladies and gentlemen, the Boeing 747-200 Classic. All right, let's go ahead and head over to the overhead panel. And let's see here. That's the start valve.
Ready to start the engines.
Perfect. We're going to start with engine
Ready
number
for
4.
engine start.
Starting engine 4. Starting engine 4.
Starter valve open.
All right, there we go. And we're going to wait for 20% of N1. Sorry, N2. So once we get to 20%, the flight engineer will let us know.
20% and 2.
All right, and we can introduce fuel.
Fuel on.
And by the way, you can either select fuel rich or
Light
idle. Both will work. And now we can see the EGT rising here for engine number 4.
Starter off. Engine stabilized.
Perfect. And we're going to go ahead and start engine number 3.
Starting engine 3.
Starter valve open.
And again, of course, and 20% and 2.
20% and 2.
There we go.
Fuel on. Light up.
All right, and we're going to go ahead and start engine number 2. Yeah, engine number 2.
Starting engine 2.
Starter valve open.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Cabin crew, arm slides.
All doors are closed and armed.
20% and 2.
All right, 20% and 2.
Fuel on. Light up.
Take your seat and fasten your seatbelt. Also make sure that your tray table has been stowed away and the back of your seat is in upright position. We request your full attention as our cabin crew will demonstrate.
There we go. I need to
Engine
set up my
stabilized.
views. All right, engine stabilized. Let's go ahead and start engine number 1.
Starting engine 1.
Fasten your seat.
Starter valve open.
Insert the metal fittings one into the other and tighten by pulling the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the
And we can
Tow is
set...
disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
20% and 2.
All right, and we can introduce
Fuel
fuel.
on.
There we go. Perfect.
Light up.
Starter off.
All right, so the engine is stabilized now, and everything's looking good here.
Engine stabilized.
Perfect. So we can now turn off the start valve, and we'll head over to the engineer station. Close the gens. All looks good. And we can now turn off the APU, and the APU bleed are no longer needed. close the split system breaker. And everything else looks pretty good to me. And we can now introduce, actually, let's go ahead and introduce the packs there once again. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn on the hydraulic system. All right, hydraulic system is now turned on, and everything else here looks good to me. All right, let's go ahead and bring up the checklist. We're going to turn on the runway turn-off lights and the wing lights, and let's bring up the checklist. Before we do that, we need the probe heat to be turned on, and yeah, I think that's it. All right, let's go to the checklist. After start checklist, start.
After start checklist.
Flight recorder.
On.
Start switches.
Off.
Beacon lights.
On.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Start levers.
Idle detent.
Engine anti-ice.
Off.
Electrical panel. Check. Pack valves. Open. Dual warning lights. Out. Hydraulic panel. Check. Flight recorder. On. After start checklist completed.
All right, after start checklist is completed, and with flaps, let's go ahead and set our flaps. Flaps 10 selected.
Flaps 10.
And we can take a look here at the outside. All right, so flaps 10 is set, and we are gonna, I believe the engine ignitions should go to flight. I think this is in the before takeoff checklist, but that's okay. We'll skip it if it complains about it. And body steering, we're still okay there. Let's see here. Let's go to the engineer station real quick. I believe this goes to primary. And yeah, I think we can bring up the checklist again. All right, let's start the checklist.
Taxi checklist, please.
Flaps. Flaps 10.
Flaps 10.
Takeoff data. EPR and airspeed bugs.
Hold on. Set and cross-check.
Stabilizer trim.
Set in green band.
Probe heat.
On.
Flight controls.
Damn. Check.
Yaw dampers.
Check.
Seatbelt and shoulder harness.
Check.
APU. Off. Fuel heat. Off. Totalizer and gross weight. Set. Flight engineer and pilot panels. Check. Aft cargo heat. Normal. Seatbelt and shoulder harness. Check. Taxi checklist completed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go. Let's release the parking brake.
Released.
And we're going to head over to the runway now and depart. Oh, thank you very much to... Let's see here. Lucas, thank you very much for your $20 donation through Super Chat. How do you enter the giveaway? My friend, you can enter the giveaway by typing exclamation Felis, and that should put you in the giveaway. So that's one way to win. And the other way is, of course, to answer the trivia question, which I will be asking once we are airborne. Why is the aircraft not moving?
Stabilized.
Looks like something was holding us back. Just look at that beauty. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching runway 36 left for departure. And that's the runway ahead of us, so we're going to bring the aircraft to a complete stop right here. We're going to set the parking brake and go through the before takeoff checklist. Landing lights are on and strobe lights are on. And let's go ahead and go the before takeoff checklist. Start.
Before takeoff checklist.
Icing considerations.
Check.
Cabin ready.
Cabin crew, take your seats.
Cabin alert.
Check.
Transponder.
Check.
Ignition.
Flight start.
Body gear steering.
Disarm.
Pack valves. Wait.
We need to close the packs for departure.
Closed. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Fuel boost pumps. On. Cross feed valves. Check. Before takeoff checklist completed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go. And let's see here. All right, here we go. Parking brake released. Flight directors are on, and we're going to switch this to INS. INS selected here as well.
36 left.
All right, folks, we are ready to go.
Cross set.
80 knots.
Check.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate. Here comes the flyby.
Gears up.
Right, and Command A. And we're going to go to vertical speed. Let's go ahead and reduce it a bit. That's about right there. Gaining some speed. Let's check the flaps.
Flaps 5. Gear up.
And we're continuing our climb now. So the clouds are okay, but not exactly the high fidelity I would expect. But you know, for $15, it's not bad. And if we go to performance calculation here, flaps up at 227. So let's put flaps up.
Flaps up.
And we'll let the speed climb just a bit here. All right, let's go to climb power. So we're going to go to the EPR here and go to climb. Now let's do, we are at 8.6. We should keep it at 250, but that's all right. We're close to 10,000 feet. So I'm going to just let this, I'm going to let the speed accelerate a little bit, and then we will hold. Let's set this to 280. $280. 10,000 feet. And let's see here. Just come here real quick. Fuel heat to auto, 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 and auto. Fax. All right. Right, let's go to IAS mode. And Alt select. What do you guys think of those clouds? Yeah, I think they look pretty decent. Okay, let's go to checklists. Next, after takeoff checklist. Start.
After takeoff checklist.
Gear lever.
Off.
Landing and logo lights.
Off.
Ignition.
Check.
Seat belts and no smoking sign.
Check.
Pack valves. Open. Fuel heat. Auto. After takeoff checklist completed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now done with the after takeoff checklist. And sorry, I've been a bit silent there. There's a lot to do with this aircraft to make sure that you're able to operate it in the correct way. Now we are continuing our climb, and I'm gonna I think the sound may be a little too much. So let's reduce the sounds. We'll reduce the interior.
Happy birthday, Captain. Thanks for sharing it with us and giving back to the community.
Well, thank you very much, my friend. Scott, you are, that is just really very generous of you, Scott. $50 donation to the Q8 Pilot channel. Thank you so very much, Scott. You've been just wonderful in terms of support, and you are a very generous man. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your support, Scott. I'm speechless. What can I say? Thank you very much. Thank you. I really appreciate it very much. All right, here we go. And here's a flyby. Yes, I am using Short Final Global. Yeah, the sounds are definitely... you want me to increase the engine sounds. Alright, here's what I'll do. I'll increase the exterior a bit. So when we go to the exterior view, you can hear them probably louder. There we go. Alright, I think we need to set the altimeter to 29902, which is something we forgot to do. Or 1013. There we go. Alright, so we are now climbing to 28,000 feet and 280 knots. And momentarily we're going to change the EPR setting as well. But for now we're looking good. We are still in IAS mode. And everything's looking cool. How is the I believe you I believe you're referring to FPS. So the FPS is actually pretty good, amazingly, with this aircraft. You know, an aircraft of this sophistication and deep system simulation. I think it's pretty good. If we take a look here at our plan, this is us, and we are reaching the top of climb. Right now, so not a very long route into Toulouse. So we're going to be cruising at 28,000 feet today for this flight. And if we look at the information over at our destination, temperature is 23 Celsius, quite pleasant. Wind 148 knots, visibility is fine. QNH 1014. So all is looking good there at Toulouse as we arrive into our destination. All's looking good. I love this aircraft. It is just really an amazing aircraft, study level simulation. And by the way, if you do get this aircraft, I highly recommend that you join the Felis Discord channel. There is a ton of documentation there to again learn more about this classical beauty. The Queen of the Skies, ladies and gentlemen, the Boeing 747-200 Classic. And during this Q8 Pilot live stream, you are able to win 2 copies. Live cockpits, hello there, my friend, and welcome. Best aircraft for X-Plane, hands down, followed by the I9 builds A310. I have the GH1060 to, let's see, greetings from Norway. Love your streams. Hey, welcome, my friend. Glad to have you with us. Enhanced class demo cost me 10 FPS on the 1050. Yeah. So some people will suffer some degradation in performance with enhanced cloudscapes. But if you have a capable graphics card, it should be fine. Yeah, I think it does what it promises to do, but you know, there isn't really any settings or anything that you can tweak. So if you go to the plugins there, enhanced skyscapes, you just have either you draw the clouds or you don't draw the clouds, and that's pretty much it. There isn't anything else that you can do with it. So I'd like to see a little more development there, maybe increase the shadow intensity, so the reflection of the clouds on the ground, maybe you know, allow people with, you know, less powerful machines to be able to tweak the quality of the clouds, maybe to save some FPS, something along those lines. We are, ladies and gentlemen, at 28,000 feet, so we are going to come here and we are going to change EPR mode to Mach. We're going to change this to cruise, and as you can see now, this is off, and we can now put this on altitude hold. I'm not sure what happened to our speed, but it is reducing now. Now, with the enhanced skyscapes, you lose the whatever X-Vision does in terms of the shaders. You kind of lose, and I kind of don't like how this is all washed out. But I wanted to show you guys what it looks like, so that if you decide that you want to make an investment, the $15 investment that is, then you have something that you can refer to. So this video, you can use this live stream and later video as, you know, a kind of a reference point. If that's something you want or you don't want to do, then you'll be able to kind of, you know, check here. All right, so if we look at our flight plan, we are going to be at 28,000 feet until we hit top 2, and then we are going to begin our descent to, let's take a look at the approach plate. Who's ready for the question for the giveaway? It's coming very soon. Which preset X-Vision? I use the Nordic Extreme preset for X-Vision. I think it is the very best available preset. And I use, of course, the famous lights mod that is available on my Discord and through the chat. If you type in exclamation lights, you should be able to get the command and the link to the lights that I use. All right, so before we ask the trivia question, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come here, and I'm going to bring up Navigraph, and we are going to say flights, and new flight from SimBrief, and this is our flight there. And let's go to the destination, which is Toulouse. And we're going to go to runway 32 left, approach, and ILS, runway 32 left. And if we look at the initial approach altitude, is 3,000 feet to 322 degrees, and the ILS frequency is 109.3. So 109.3, 109.3, we're going to set here on VHF on both the pilot and the co-pilot sides. 109.3, that is set, and the course is 322, so that is also set. So all's good here, and the only thing remains is the approach altitude, which is 3,000. So we are good there. We are all configured, and we're going to continue now our way to. You know what? I'm going to go to XP Realistic, and let's see. Windshield. Let's turn that off. Oh God, that's much better. It's just so annoying. That is much, much better. Mark says, oh, that wasn't for me. Sorry about that. All right. So, here is the trivia question for the giveaway. So again, as I've indicated, there are 2 copies of the Felis that's going out to the community for the followers and supporters of the Q8Pilot channel. And the first one is going to be through the trivia question. And the trivia question is as follows. In 2015, I have met one of the most famous content creators in the United Kingdom. If you can name who that content creator is, you are the winner of the Felis 747. The first person with the right answer is going to win a free copy of the Felis Boeing 747. So there you go, guys. And let's see. I know that it's going to be very hard to guess who that is. So unless you... All right, I'll let you guys have some fun with this. And all right. So we are now, ladies and gentlemen, at 28,000 feet. We're looking good. Speed is a bit high, but you know, I think we've the speed was climbing, and then we hit the Mach, as you can see here on the EPR. So it will hold that speed that we were at, yeah, we are looking good. And if we look here at our flight plan, we are at 28,000 feet, not too far, by the way, from top of descent. And there we go. Let's see. The first one who answered this correctly is... All right, let me go back. Just make sure. The first one is Matthew Howard. Congratulations, Matthew. You have gotten the right answer, which is Squirrel. Squirrel is the guy, is the famous content creator that I met in 2015 in the United Kingdom in person, and we've had a great chat about flight simulation. He's a great guy. Regards to Paul if he's watching the stream, and congratulations to Matthew Howard for winning a free copy of the Felis Boeing 747-200 Classic. Matthew, all you need to do, my friend, is so that I can verify your identity, is to send me an email at info@Q8Pilot.com, and I will let you know what to do there in order to claim your prize, which is a copy of the Boeing 747 Classic, the beautiful, the masterpiece of an aircraft by Felis. You're most welcome, Howard. Matthew, most welcome, my friend. All right, so one more copy remains, and the other copy is we are going to be closing the giveaway once we land at Toulouse, and that's when we're going to be running the giveaway for the second one. Here is a quick look at the outside. And we continue, ladies and gentlemen, our smooth cruise into Toulouse, and all is looking good at the moment. Yeah, really very detailed aircraft. Who won the giveaway? Well, Captain Bosnia, the first part of the giveaway has been won by Matthew Howard for answering the correct trivia question. And the giveaway isn't over yet, so we will be closing the entries once we land over at Toulouse. And once that is done, then we will draw the winner. And I wish you good luck if you've already entered the giveaway. What is our landing time? Well, let's find out. If we go to Sim Toolkit Pro and we take a look here, we are about half the way through now, so we should begin our top of descent shortly. Here, if we zoom in, that's us right here, and that's the top of descent mark. So we're not too far from top of descent now. So guys, what are your thoughts on those clouds? I think the clouds themselves look okay, but then they destroy the shaders and things kind of look washed out on the outside. Here, just take a look at this. Man, look at those engines. Brilliant. Don't buy a t-shirt at this airport. It will be too loose. I think the overall effect is a little off. Yes, I do think so, Dougal. It's a good try by the developer. The clouds are okay from the top view. They are too flat on the bottom. Absolutely, Scott. That was exactly my observation. It looks like it needs the scenery brightness. Yeah, it does mute the scenery brightness for sure. It just looks kind of off. So I think it's a good attempt by the developer. I personally would not, just by seeing volumetric clouds, I think we all get very excited. But personally, I would prefer to continue using X-Vision with the Nordic Extreme preset over using those clouds, because I think while they do look good, the scenery around the area does not look all that great. Kind of look washed out, and it's too bright, I think. I've tried fiddling around with Shade X, by the way, which I do have installed, so I can show you guys. There. So if we go here, we can use different presets, and we can go, for example, California, and then this one looks kind of okay, clarity, and then color focus. Flying with DOF is like no good. Lifted red, lifted yellow, lock stock, and Miami. That's strange. Nord, old school, psyched, pure, sharpen, strong. Kind of vibrant. This one looks kind of okay. Last and default. So yeah, I mean, I've tried fiddling around with Shade X to see if I can get a good combination with those clouds by Enhanced Skyscape, but no luck there. All right, let's take a look here. We are not too far from top of descent, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see here, this is the top of descent mark, so we are close. We are going to reset the MCP altitude to 3,000 feet, which is the initial approach altitude or platform altitude. So let's go ahead and set that. 3,000 is set. Is the fuel system configured correctly? It should be. I know that you're supposed to close one and open one and do some things like that. So burn the fuel in this tank first, then this tank, something like that. But yeah, I think it's configured correctly. Should be all right. Let's see here. Dougal, thank you very much for the message on Discord. I got it. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, let's see here. I think we are at the top of descent mark. All right, so let's go ahead and begin our descent. And to do this, we are going to do the following. We are going to go to vertical speed, and we're going to descend. And we're going to reduce the speed to 250 knots. And we're going to come here and change the EPR mode to speed. And, oops. And we're going to change this from cruise to go around. Right, let's extend the speed brake a bit. That will help us reduce our speed. And let's see here. About 2,000 feet per minute. That's perfectly okay. There we go. Alrighty. Alright, let's go ahead and do the descend and approach checklist.
Approach checklist, please.
Seatbelts and shoulder harness.
Check.
Seatbelts and no smoking signs.
On.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Check.
Outer brakes.
Medium.
Radio INS switches.
Damn.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Spoilers.
Alright, we'll just ignore this now.
Altimeters.
1013. Set and cross-check.
Landing data, EPR and airspeed bugs.
Set and cross-check.
Seatbelts and shoulder harness. Check. Fuel panel. Check. Fuel heat. Wait.
Alright.
Off. EPR computer. Go around. Cabin altitude. Check. Circuit breakers. Check. Approach checklist completed.
Alright, the approach checklist is completed, and the next checklist is the landing checklist, so we are good there. We're doing just fine. And we're gonna just maintain 250 knots until... Now you can see far in the distance the cloud shadow on the ground just kind of doesn't really look that great. And so it kind of ruins the experience. But the cloud themselves are okay from top. Like I think Scott said, and many have observed, that they look perfect from above, but they look kind of, you know, flat from below. So that's kind of strange, but true. Good afternoon. Hello there, Ja Bong Fet. How are you doing, my friend? And welcome. Glad to have you with us. The cloud smoothing's done pretty well. All right. So if we take a look here at our flight plan, this is where we are, and we are probably slightly high, but we should be able to clear the altitude. All right, so now we can disable the speed brakes, and yeah, just kind of, this looks really funny. The cloud, the shades of the cloud and the light scattering is not done well at all. I mean, just look at that. That doesn't look good. That definitely is an immersion breaker right there. So yeah, I mean, for $15, if you want to support the developer, I think, yeah, why not go ahead and support him? And but I mean, don't really expect anything wow in this, other than the fact that you know, this is a good attempt at having volumetric clouds for X-Plane 11. Anything beyond that really is, you know, needs fixing and needs to be relooked at. But overall, I think I appreciate the effort that he's done to, you know, create those clouds. But overall, the scene here, take a look. Doesn't look very realistic in my view. All right, down to 16,000 for 3,000. We're looking good, folks. And yeah. He's working on a fix. Yeah, I'm sure he is. Matthew says, I've sent you a message from the inbox section on your website. Hope it's all right, Matthew. I've already got your message through Dougal. Dougal has provided me with the message. I've got it on my Discord. Thank you very much, Dougal. Thank you, Matthew, and congratulations once more. The clouds look like kind of strange, not to be too negative, but there is a better freeware versions, in my opinion. I agree. Right, let's see here. Dougal, again, thank you for your kind message. I really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. It's really people like you that have kept me going all this time. So thank you very much. Dougal, Scott, Amari, Rand, who's not here today, but all of you guys, all the supporters of the channel have really made me, you know, successful, and have given me really the impetus to continue to create content here on the channel. So I am very thankful for all of you, and I really appreciate all the support that you have given me over the years. All right, so if we look at the landing calculation, so if we look here at performance, there we go. So flaps 1 at 227, and if we look at our flight plan here, you'll see that we're not too far now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce our speed to 227. So that's 227, there we go. All right. And we're going to start reducing our speed. We are approaching 10,000 feet, so landing lights are turned on. And landing lights, logo lights, everything's turned on. We want 3,000 feet. I'm definitely going back to X-Vision. Now if we look here, so we can go to flaps 1 at 227, clean 247, so that's probably the speed that we're at right now. Maybe a little more. And if we look at the flight path, that's where we are. So we're almost there now. Of course, we are going to be doing an ILS approach today. So what we'll do is we need to switch to radio and ILS here, and then land, and then we should be fine. All right, let's do L select, just so we don't go over 3000. And we need to set our altimeter. So if we go back here and take a look at the data at Toulouse, the altimeter is 1014. Not much different from what we have now. There we go, 1014. And we can reduce our rate of descent. There we go. Alrighty. And let's reduce our rate of descent further. Alright. Now if we take a look here, you see that this is the turn. Now this is not exactly the fix that we have in here. So if you look at this, if you see this one here, the Charlie Foxtrot 32 left is actually somewhere over here. So you'll see that the aircraft is going to come here, and then it's going to make a turn to intercept the localizer for the runway. Now I think you can clearly see how this is all washed out here as we approach the airport. And all right, here's we're gonna go ahead and extend flaps.
Flaps 1.
That's another thing I don't like in this weather plugin, is that it adds too much haze, which is completely unrealistic. So here's our turn to SULT, and then of course you're going to see the aircraft steering this way to intercept the ILS. Right, we are at 3,000 feet. We're going to maintain this speed here, 227. And then we're going to begin, if you look here at our VREF is 147. We're actually pretty close to the airport now. So now, if we look here, you see now the aircraft is turning away, because the CF Charlie Foxtrot 32L is actually in that direction, somewhere about right here. And then, of course, we were going to intercept the localizer.
Glide slope alive.
Glide slope alive, perfect. All right, we're going to start reducing our speed now to 207. And we're going to go to flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
All right, At this point, what we're going to do, actually, we'll just wait a little while. All right, here's what we're going to do. We are going to switch to radio, and we're going to switch to ILS. And if you look here, so this is now, the aircraft is going to align with the ILS here at the runway. Right, and we're going to reduce our speed to 187.
Flaps 10.
Not sure I can see anything now. Right, that's the glide slope. I still can't see the runway. All right, we're going to go to 147. And we're going to make sure the speed brake is armed.
Flaps 20.
You know what? I have absolutely no idea where the airport is because I can't see a thing. Right.
Gear down. 1,000. Gears down, green light. Flaps 25.
This doesn't look good, guys.
Flaps 30.
All right.
500.
I have no clue where the airport is. Oh, you know what? This might be the runway. All right, I think we can wing this.
Don't sink. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Pull up.
Caution, taxiway. Caution, taxiway.
This is the third flight that I just mess up on this aircraft, and I'm not sure why it hasn't done what I wanted it to do.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Check reverse. Auto brake off.
That's a disaster. Oh boy. Call the emergency vehicles immediately.
60 knots.
Woo!
Out off reverse.
All right. So, not sure really what happened here, but the aircraft seemed to kind of done what it wanted. You know, it's done this kind of thing of its own. But that's all right. All right. Let's take a look here at the replay. Man, I feel so bad.
Don't think.
Right, this is where we started the turn. This is when I actually had an awareness of where the runway is. So let's take a look here. You know, if this actually was a you know, a good landing, it would have been a good landing if it was, you know, probably. If you see before the runway, the indicator was orange, not green. That's correct, yes. The worst landing I've ever seen. Absolutely, Luke. Are we in contact? Yeah, that was really bad. Really, really bad. Sorry about that, guys. I was planning to make this special one, but didn't turn out like I wanted it to. That's when I realized where the runway was. There you have it, the replay once more. Yeah, we made a complete mess out of that, but I'll tell you what, guys. I promise you, the next flight is going to be a Felis flight, and it's going to be a lot better than this. So that's a promise, and perhaps we'll go back to you know. I don't like this weather plugin, so we'll go back to X Vision version 2 with my regular preset, and yeah, so sorry about that, but I think just as a gift for my birthday, I will ask you guys for your forgiveness, and with that we will go to the heading mode on a 30-degree intercept, the runway locals access. Yep, that's correct. All right, so I'm sure you guys will have a ball with this landing, and what I will do now is I am going to let's see here. How do I want to do this? I'm probably going to open up the Streamlab OBS from here. All right, we'll continue with YouTube. Let's see here. All right. So here's what we're going to do, guys. We are going to go to the giveaway, and let's see who the next winner is. Giveaways. All right. So let me tell you guys, we have currently, let's see, we have 190 entries into the giveaway. The first giveaway winner, by the way, who answered the trivia question correctly was Matthew Howard. Matthew, congratulations. We are going to close the entries now, and we are going to select the winner. So entries have been closed, 190 entries altogether. Pick a winner, and the winner is Sven Cardinal. Sven Cardinal is the second winner. Congratulations, Sven, on winning the giveaway. And yeah, Sven Cardinal is the winner of the Q8 Pilot channel, and will receive a free copy of the Felis Boeing 747 Classic. Congrats again to both winners. Sven, please contact me at info@q8pilot.com to claim your prize. I want to thank you guys all for tuning in and for all your great birthday wishes to me. I thank you very much. I do apologize again for this horrendous landing, and I promise you guys a much better flight next time with the Felis 747. I am, by the way, planning a 747, a BAE 146 flight as well, with a recent update, and a flight in the Flight Factor A320 after it's released to version 1. So Scott, again, thank you very much. Thank you all for your wishes, your birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. And for the winners, Matthew Howard and Sven Cardinal, congratulations. Until next time, guys, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and bye-bye for now.